because I heard about this man who was looking for a job. So he submitted his resume, and eventually he made it to the round of interviews. So he was interviewed in this company, and the manager was interviewing him. And the manager looks at the candidate and gives him a laptop. The manager said, "Sell that laptop to me." So the candidate, what he did is, he got the laptop and he went home with the laptop. So eventually the manager called him and said, "Hey, bring me my laptop back." "Yeah, give me $200 and it's yours." I want to talk to you today about a smart heart. Smart heart. Believe it or not, this is a word that appears in this week's Parsha. It's called Chacham Lev, which is very interesting, right? The combination of the two concepts. Because Chacham usually is something that we relate to the brain, but it's also talking about the heart. Chacham Lev. What would it mean? Stay tuned, because I want to talk about that concept today. So, but what happened in this week's Parsha? Well, this is actually, remember, we've been reading about the first set of the tablets of the law that Moses broke, and he broke the golden calf, and it was a big mess, but the people of Israel repented for what they did. All good. So Moses has to go back to the mountain, and he brought back a second set of the tablets for the people of Israel. So now eventually, after that, virtually the first thing the Israelites have to actually do was the building of the Mishkan, the building of the tabernacle, the building of this portable sanctuary that was necessary, at least for that culture, it was necessary to make God manifest in this world. So that was a very interesting and very important task. And in order to do that, God appointed two very important people. One was Bezalel, and the other one was Oholiav, to be in charge. But God also appoints to Kol Ish Chacham Lev, every person with a smart heart. And this is very interesting. I don't know if you were following the reading of the Parsha, and you will see many different sections of the Torah where it describes the building of the Mishkan. You will see that it is very difficult to do. Just the vessels, the architecture, and so many other things. I said, where did they get enough qualified people to put that together? They were slaves, just coming out of Egypt. They were there for over 200 years. They didn't go to university. They didn't have architectural or arts degrees. Nevertheless, they have to build this sanctuary, this tabernacle, to fulfill a very important mission, which is to remind the people of Israel the existence of God every day of their lives. Well, first we have these the two masters, let's put it together, Bezalel and Oholiab. It looks like they did have some kind of experience, who knows? Maybe they were working in something similar back in Egypt. Which, by the way, is also interesting that the two people appointed by God, Bezalel and Oholiab, they had such a different background. They were, from a society point of view, they were absolute opposites. Bezalel was from the tribe of Judah. He was royalty within the Jewish people. Judah was always a prestigious tribe. Oholiab, if you read in the Torah, you will see that he was from the tribe of Dan. Dan was always, and we don't talk much about that, like a second-class tribe. In fact, the Midrash will say that Dan was always marching in the back. They were picking up the garbage of everybody else. And Dan was always look at something inferior, because remember, historically, Dan was the child of one of the concubines of Jacob, Bilhah. So There was always this thing about that. The fact that God appointed Bezalel and Oholiab is giving you the first hint. First hint is your background is irrelevant to create great things. You can come from a wealthy family like Bezalel, or you can come from a poor family like Oholiab. You can still do great things in this world. You can still build that tabernacle. I can probably imagine Oholiab, he wanted to do it, and people said, don't be ridiculous. You know, you're from a poor family. God will never pick you to do it. And this Torah portion is showing us, no. You know what? Bezalel and Oholiab, they came from two different places. They both work together. They both have the passion, and they both have the knowledge, and they both did it together. So at the end of the day, if you have that passion and you have that knowledge, your background is not that important. But yeah, they have the experience. But there is something else. And let's go to the next point, which is God is appointing Kol Ish Chacham Lev. Everybody with a smart heart. And then, who were these people? Who were these unqualified people? Because again, people with no experience of building it. Well, these were the people that they knew that they want to be part of this project. Yes, they didn't have the experience, but they had the passion, and they have something inside them that moved them towards this project. And this is something that is the characteristic of somebody who possesses a smart heart, a person who is a Chacham Lev. They weren't stopped by the what. They weren't stopped by the task itself, because they knew that they should go for it. So in other words, every time we have something in front of us, what this parsha is telling us is it's not about the what, but the why. Sometimes when we don't do something, it's because we think too much in the what, which instead we should ask ourselves, why should I do it? And that question is the question that is going to move you forward. If you think too much in the what, you're never going to achieve your full potential. And I believe in these days, when we look at the news and what is happening around the world, this concept is more important than ever. Because we turn on the news and we see war. We see an invasion. And we say, what can I do? You see? It's not about the what. It's why should I be doing something? So if you answer that question and said, yes, it is important for me to do something, then the what is irrelevant. You will always have a Bezalel and Oholiab that they know what they're doing to help you. The same thing happened in this parsha. All these people that the why moved them towards building this beautiful sanctuary, and God sent Bezalel and Oholiab, and between all of them, they found something to do, and at the end, this beautiful sanctuary came to be. So we are going through a moment where we don't know the what, but we know that we should. So my message for you is, don't stop. If you start thinking too much in the what can I do? I have no experience. Focus on the why, and eventually you will know what to do. We can pray, can give money, we can do other things. But think on the why. And if you think on the why, you will realize you should. And if you keep moving forward, Bezalel and Oholiab are going to guide you. And between all of us, we can build a beautiful sanctuary in this world. Shabbat Shalom.